What's up guys, Chung's Rocky back on the channel, and today I think I got something for you that you might like. Hold on, this one, it's open. I think there's too much sound for the mic. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so this video I'm gonna make for you guys right now, coming at you right now. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of nervous. How do I explain this? Okay. Well, let me first be honest with you. Typically, people do not comment in my YouTube, but instead DM me on my Instagram or on an old app I don't have anymore. It was this really cool app, and if you're a beginner in Magic, I very recommend you guys get this app. It's called Magic Amino. I'll leave a link in the description below for that as well. And the community is just very friendly, very open, and when I made the Omni deck tutorial, leave that link in the description below as well. I'm already leaving a lot of links. I got a lot of comments from it on that app, but not in the video very specifically. But this comment, I just want to show you it's proof. You know, people do talk to me outside of this platform. A lot of the people that talk to me outside of the YouTube platform, they wanted to stay anonymous. Yeah, I can see how that gets very skeptical. But I did post on my story on Instagram. Follow. Okay, that if you guys would like to ask a question for my following Q&A coming up, then please shoot away. And I got quite a bit of different questions that I'm gonna go over, and a lot of them did ask to stay anonymous. So without further ado of my rant, I'm just going to catch up what's new in my life, because this is a vlog, and then we're gonna do the Q&A real quick. All right. Okay, so first off, I would also like to apologize if there are not as many videos this weekend, because it's been a very busy week, and I only started planning today. Hold on, don't judge just yet. I had the ACT this week, which I felt was very easy. I feel confident I got a good grade, even though all the teachers are like, this test will ruin your life if you mess it up. This test, I took it 10 times and it was just so hard. I hope you guys can pass, you know? Guys, this test is just so hard, okay? You don't even understand how hard this is. Like, oh, dude, they didn't even give you enough time to finish every portion. I took the ACT, felt confident in all my answers. I finished every portion. I don't think it's gonna ruin my life if I don't get a perfect grade. Also, I just wanted a tidbit to throw at you guys, because as of like, I think a year ago, in my graphic communications class in high school in sophomore year, so here's what I have so far. You just tell me what you think, and if it's cool, I'm gonna keep going, hopefully with more motivation than before. Finally, after that sneak peek, I hope you guys can, give me some more feedback as well on this platform. Please start to comment, guys. Don't be afraid, don't be nervous. I'm here to entertain. You guys don't have to be scared of commenting below. I'm gonna save the rest of the announcements for after the video, so stay tuned. Okay, I think it is about time for this Q&A to start, boys and girls. Barry, is that 2 underscores or 3? Barry some amount of underscores. Josh says, how did you get into Magic? It's a little bit of a story, so strap in. So I've been doing Magic for about 3 years now. What got me into Magic started when I was a kid. So when I was in elementary school, we had all these super cool shows every year. Like we had trampoline artists, sword artists, magicians. One year we had a magician, and he showed me this trick, and I don't know what it was about this trick, but it didn't seem like a trick to me. It seemed magical. The magician had this paper rose, and he took out a lighter and he lit the paper. It just, giant flames. And there was a rose, a real rose. And he gave it to this girl in the audience. I don't know why that sticks out to me so much, but it does. That was the first magic trick I can clearly ever remember as a kid, and I think that was probably the second magician I've seen in my life. The magician did plenty of other tricks throughout the entire show. I don't remember any of them, except for that one about the rose. Now, doing Magic for about 3 years, I kind of know how he did it. It really spoke to me when I was in that audience when I saw that trick. In that very same week, I went to the school library, the elementary school. Remember, this is elementary school. I was, I think, in 2nd grade. And I picked out this book about magic. Since this is the elementary school library, the books were like that thick. the book did not really contain anything of value, that for me anyway. It taught a lot about lapping, and after I read like the first 10 pages out of the 20 pages, I lost interest very quick. I was like, there's nothing special about picking up a coin 5 times and dropping it in your lap the last time and showing it's gone. For me, like, it just seemed like idiocy. Like, who would just pick it up 100 times just to show you it's gone? Like I said, I very quickly lost interest in Magic. I'd never really thought about it again until a couple years later in 2014. I saw this video of Stuart Edge. One of his videos was the Magic Kissing Card trick. That trick just like, it was really stepping it up. I think that was really when I started to see that Magic is not old. It is starting to become new. It is a newer concept now. There's a modern version of it. I mean, still the older style of Magic, such as ropes and hoops and things like that, they're still around. It's still amazing. It's still cool. But there's this new concept going around now. There's cards, and there's coins, and there's Sharpies, and there's hats, and there's glasses, and there's shirt changes, and rings, and oh man, there's just so many possibilities of the new world. Kids are just moving on and on and on with their lives, and they don't really notice what's around them. They just stick with their phone or with their tablet or their computer. They vlog. They do all these different new things, and they're losing interest in the old thing. And this is when I started to see people like this new version. They didn't update Magic. Nothing really changed. Nothing in Magic is new. But they are stylizing it to a format so that it fits this generation, so that it fits people now, that they enjoy and want to see this new Magic. That stuck out in my brain a lot, and that's what really started to re-spark that memory I had of the rose, blowing my mind as a kid. It struck me, you know, like, this is something I want to do. What got me to Magic was the people that surrounded me supporting me to do this. I think this was the first hobby in my life, other than drawing or writing, that people were really fascinated, encouraging me to go forward with. I'm not gonna say it was easy, because when I first started doing Magic, as we all, I sucked. Frankly, I sucked. I was a pretty terrible magician when I first started out. I think we all were. When I first started hearing these criticisms, oh, I saw what you did, or, you know, I first started getting hecklers and things like that, kind of to boost me down. But the thing that kept me going was the fact that I like doing this. I love doing this, actually. I really love doing this. No one's gonna stop me doing from what I love, and especially if the thing that I love is making people smile, making connections with people, making memories with people, making people laugh, making people come together. Why would you want to destroy something so precious? Maybe when I was being criticized, it could have been constructive, but as a beginner, I just did not want to accept any criticism. I think it took me a couple months to realize that anybody who was telling me they saw what I did were either just trying to bother me, or they actually wanted to genuinely help. From that point forward, whenever I learn something new or I want to try a new trick that I've never done before, I go to my friends or I go to a stranger and I say, can I show you some Magic? I do the normal things, and then I ask them, there's something I'm working on. Is it okay if I show you? If I mess up, that's okay. That's what I'm here to do. I'm practicing, and if I do good, great. You tell me if you saw anything or not, because that is why I'm here. I'm trying to become invisible, undetectable with my sleights. But all in all, what got me into Magic was the people I love, the life I was given, just everything just kind of fell into place how it should have. That's what got me into Magic. Question 2 from an anonymous source. They comment, how I get better at doing sleights for cards with hands. Well, anonymous person, I guess just kind of what I said before, just going up to people and asking, can I try something on you? Like, if I mess up, that's okay, because I'm here to practice not to mess up. If you get it right, just say thank you guys for allowing me to do this with you, and I'm glad that I could give you guys some entertainment today. It's nice to see that smile on your face. If you want to get better at doing sleight of hand, of course, is practice, 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 and whenever you get the chance to, you do it for somebody. In order to master, like really get down a move or a routine or a pattern or whatever it is you're looking for, to really solidify that, you need to do it for somebody. So to get better at sleights, practice, 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 and practice in front of people. Alright, third question from Angel.395 asks, I want to get better with cardistry, but every time I try it, it gets hard and I take a long break before continuing. Suggestions. By the way, I saw your Oz tutorial, very cool, winky face. Winky face, what does that mean? Thank you very much for the comment. I think you're on the right track, actually. That takes a lot of muscle and memory to practice, and cardistry is hard. I don't think I have ever done a single cardistry move that I've not taken a break from. Honestly, I would just say keep doing what you're doing until you get really just comfortable with taking shorter breaks. I actually have a list on my phone of what cardistry moves I'm working on, and I cycle through those. That way I can take a break while practicing something else. That way I also don't get arthritis from doing the same move over and over again for the rest of my life. Sorry, that was horrible. But that's just all I have to say. You know, cardistry it's a really amazing, awesome art. It's really hard. It's really hard to get down, really hard to master from point A to point B. It is a hard path, but I think as long as you do take those breaks, I think breaks are necessary to do cardistry. I think you do need to take a break. So just keep doing what you're doing. I'm glad you asked a question. I think that's vital for if you're a cardist or a striving cardist. Okay, fourth question. Another anonymous comment asks, I want a bigger collection to be better with slides, so how I money for it? Pulls help. I'm assuming you're talking about a card collection. Okay, so here's my thing about card collections. Card collections, mine is big. That's why there's a 40-minute video and then my 20-minute video of just going through what I have. Basically, what I want to tell you guys is that I'm not proud of my collection. I have so many things. Oh, wow. How much money I wasted buying that stuff. Let me tell you, it's a lot. So many things that I just don't use it. Got a lot of cool cards, got a lot of cool stuff, gimmicks, all that cool stuff, you know? Great. Just piles and piles of cards I don't even use. Gimmicks, I've never even touched them again. I probably, if I could go back in time, I would not use that money for cards. Bicycle decks are just a normal deck of cards that everybody is familiar with and everybody typically uses. Bicycle cards are fantastic for just about anything you're looking to do. And the best sleight of hand is to do it with cards you're comfortable with. I think what you need to do is not get a collection. I know you guys are probably like secretly wishing to assassinate me right now. What I'm trying to say is just, you don't need a collection to be good. What you need to do to be good is just practice. Whatever you have is probably what you can afford for the rest of your teenage life, if that's where you are right now. If you're an adult, get a job. So practice with that. Don't raise money to get decks that you can never get again because you're not going to be comfortable using those cards. They might be bigger, they might be smaller, might have a performance finish that you're not used to. You know, it's so many different factors to just think about. Just think about it. Just practice with what you have. KMLTHGRF says, how can I walk to someone to do magic without being awkward / build confidence? Sorry, I'm laughing. Magic is awkward. Tell me if this is normal. This dude walks up to an individual. Hi, how are you doing? I am Shai Mizrahi, and I want to show you something that I can do for a talent. Right here, right now, in the middle of the street. I would say that in of itself is just straight up awkward. Someone not being a magician, can you imagine them walking up to a stranger in a store, or even like a group of strangers in a store and say, hey, I'm really good at drawing. Would you mind if I just stop you in the middle of whatever you're doing right now just to show you what my drawings look like? No. Answer is no. This is just an awkward art, right? It's an awkward thing, but when you get into the routine, people kind of forget that awkward stage of you asking them. Think about the last time you heard someone describing a magic trick, starting with, this dude walked up to us very awkwardly saying, hey, can I show you magic trick? I'm a magician. And we said yes, and then he blew our minds. I can't even recall a single story or a single person in the right mind who would even describe a situation like that. That's just how the mind works, all right? They're gonna toss out any useless information, and that includes an awkward, hi, I'm Shai Mizrahi, can I show you a trick because I'm a magician? How can you build confidence? I mean, yes, it is an awkward thing to do, just walk up to people and just ask them, can I show you a trick because I'm a magician? If you're awkward, then just, you know, dress nice. I can't do magic with this face. I'm like that half ugly guy, you know? I'm like either handsome to some people or like just butt ugly to some other people. Why are you so shy? I feel like I'm gonna be that old guy who Like, my wife is gonna die first. I'm gonna be all by myself, and I'm gonna be like this old coot who just sits on the porch in a rocking chair. You know, I'm gonna be that guy in a squatty potty for the rest of my life. This conversation isn't going very well. If that is nerve-wracking or very frightening for you to do, how I became good at talking to people is doing it, all right? You wanna build your confidence? Stare yourself in the mirror all day and just say, I'm a magician, I'm a magician, I'm a magician. You listen to me, mirror, I'm a magician. That could, you could scare yourself into being confident. But, I think personally the best way to learn anything is through experience, which is kind of what we've been saying this entire video. So, what is your favorite go-to control? I want to say double undercut, but I'll probably have to go with this control. Okay, guys, we're gonna use Ace of Hearts for this example. What I want to do is we're just gonna shove this card right roughly around the center, not left around the center. If this looks roughly around the center for you, then that's perfect. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna push that in, and hopefully, if I did it right, that should be on top. Who's your favorite magician or mentalist? Mentalist, I'd have to say Darren Brown, and magician, I'd have to say Chris Ramsey, because he's very ethical, very clean with his magic, and he's very humble. And I like that about him. He's not afraid to say he's not doing well with something, or that he could use more practice with. Example, when he came out with Pocket, he took it down because he realized someone else had a similar effect, and he didn't want to, he didn't want to steal. He didn't want to, you know what I'm saying. Best way to get hired, pulls help. P.S. Great, thank you. Best way to get hired, just keep rolling with what you're doing. You keep going, doing tricks, you just press through, and if people ever come up with the question of, do you do this for a living, or do you get money for this? You can say, well, if you hire me, yes. You're gonna lose a lot of friends. You can definitely make business cards. Business cards is an effective way to put yourself out there. You say, here, let me show you a trick, you do your thing, and they're like, wow, that was really cool. And you're like, well, if you liked that, I am looking to get hired sometime. So if you think of an activity or an event that I could work for you, you just let me know. And you pull out your business card, hand it to them. First show, how do I get ready? All right, first show, I do know that is always a hard one. When you're doing your first show, it is gonna be very either nerve-wracking or you're not gonna be worried at all. You're either one of those people. If you're nervous about going, just realize that it's your first time, so don't expect to be super amazing. If you just got hired, just remember, they already hired you, man. Don't be afraid if you mess up, because they hired you for a reason. Just make sure that you set down the date and you know the time and you know everything that you need to know about the performance. And of course, if it's like in a week, you make sure you make time within that week to practice your routine. Yeah, I think that's all the time we have for today. I think I've wasted a lot of time ranting about my life, so we're gonna stop it here. Okay, I only have one announcement, and that is that the next video I've been requested to make is a tutorial for the under pressure move. Yeah, that is gonna be the next video. I'm gonna teach you the pressure fan and the under pressure cardistry moves. Might turn into a 2-part video. I don't know. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.